Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to another top 5. Today we're going to be looking at what I think is the top 5 underrated premium tanks in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, we've already had my top 5 underrated tech tree tanks, and today we have the premium tank. So, getting in at number 1, it is the T23E3. And again, a lot of people don't like this tank. They don't rate the tank, but I really do. It's basically a premium Comet. The rate of fire is amazing. The speed's good. But the only bad thing is the penetration is not good, and the armor is literally like not good. But other than that, it's the quick firing gun at 3.6 seconds. You can get it down to 2 point something seconds with adrenaline, and it really is underrated. And I absolutely love the tank. Next up, we have the SU-12244. Now this one again is. It's a tech tree tank. It's a tech tree premium tank that you can buy whenever you like, and it's owned. It's so underrated. It's the armor profile on this thing is amazing. You can really get the troll bounces on this thing. We failed HE, shot the T54 lightweight there. So the reload is pretty good. The speed's pretty good. And the armor is pretty good. I mean, look, we're going to bounce there. We are going to get a bounce from him in return. And you will get bounces in this thing. And it was only, well, it wasn't long ago that I realised that this tank is actually really good. I've owned it for like ever. But I've never sort of thought of it as a tank that is really strong. But it is. It's a really strong tank. It's actually a really fun tank to play. Especially when you are top tier. It is a tier 7 tank, so when you're up against the tier 8s, obviously you're not going to bounce too much. But when you come up against the tier 6s, then you're going to bounce an awful lot. So this game we've bounced 680. We're going to bounce there from the Tiger 1. We do fail shot again. That's twice with the lightweight. And now, I mean, we're going to win on supremacy points pretty easy. There's only 2 tanks left, and the Tiger 2 is going to die. So, SU-12244 is underrated in my opinion. Next up, we have the 047. And again, this tank, I love this tank. I absolutely love this tank. It's not a very popular tank. It's actually quite rare. It's made up from that Japanese guy. I don't know. But look at that accuracy. I mean, the accuracy is fantastic. It has so much spaced armor on it. The speed is really good. Yes, it's a made up tank. Yes, it's not a real tank, but I'm not into these history stuff, and if it's a good tank, then I don't care if it's real or if it's not. A lot of you don't want to buy these kind of tanks because they're not historical or they're made up, but I honestly, I don't care. I don't care if it's a good tank, I'm going to buy it. Now, this tank very rarely comes into Blitz store, and I don't know why. I don't know if there is a reason, but literally this has been around for, what, 4 or 5 years now, and it's probably only come for sale like 3 or 4 times. So it's a rare tank. It's one of the rare tanks in the game, but it is very good. So if you have got this tank and it's just sitting in your garage, or if it does eventually come for sale, then it definitely is worth thinking about buying, because it's an enjoyable tank. It's a fun tank, and when you come up against tanks like T49s that only have heat and HE, then the armor on this is really troll. So that is the 047, the 047. Next up, we have this tank right here, which is previously not long come for sale, and it is the German Bulldog. And just like I said in the video I made, this was one of my favorite tanks, and it had been my favorite tank, my favorite premium tank for a very long time, and that is just because of the HE. The HE is over 100 millimeters of penetration. So the HE is very, very good, and I fire more HE than I do any other shell in this tank. And as I've said in my review on the tank, you'll be surprised just how quickly your damage can go up if you don't fail. Now, I'm going to get out of this alive. There's so many tanks around. We've got the lightweight to the left. We've got loads of tanks, and you can see we are absolutely getting ripped apart. But I am now a one-shot. The T-54 lightweight misses, which is I'm able then to get the, I don't know why I switched to heat there. I think it was just in the spare of the moment panic sort of thing. But we managed to stay alive. We managed to stay alive, and now we can focus on the Borzik. But now the AMX 5120 is chasing me, so I'm trying to back up. It's only going to take him one shot, and you can see we get a nice roll there just in time to kill him before he kills us. And now we can just farm a couple of these tier 9s with the HE. I only have 3 HE left. I mean, 307 there. I am a one-shot to both tanks, so I do need to be careful. But I mean, look, we can pen. We do fail that shot, unfortunately, on the KPF. But we are going to back up. Our team is going to clear him, and I'm just going to wait for this missile tank to poke forward and try and get that shot. But again, we do fail roll, and that was our last HE. But at this point in the game, I know he's on a reload, so I can quickly get that shot in, and I know I'm going to be able to reload in time before he reloads. So a pretty good battle, 3.7k. We do get the ace, nice amount of credits earned as well, and it is definitely underrated. People don't rate the tank because of the armor, but take away the armor, it is a fantastic tank. Next up is the FCM. Now, this is a tank that I've previously said a long time ago that the tank sucks. And I honestly thought it did suck. But the last time I reviewed the tank, I actually got playing, and I thought, you know, this is actually a pretty decent tank. The armor is not the greatest, but I mean, look, we've bounced 1300 within a minute of the game. So it works. It can work. It's a massive tank. I mean, look at the size of it, which makes it really, really good for ramming other medium tanks or other light tanks, tier 7s, etc. And as I've said, you can get those troll bounces. We're up against a KV4 here, and he's not going to be able to, I mean, look, we're 4 hit points. He hasn't been able to pen us. We are going to get one more shot into him, put him on fire. He is going to 59 HP, and now I just got a rock, and I am using the APCR, and I do manage to clear him before taking any damage. So we've blocked 1360 damage. I mean, I'd be a one-shot if I wouldn't have blocked that damage. I do apologise for any noise in the background. There is a lorry doing something, so I do apologise if you do hear that lorry in the, or some diggers, I don't even know what it is. So the FCM, it's got a good rate of fire as well, 6.1 seconds. The speed is pretty good, and the penetration, I mean, it works. There's not too much bad things about this tank. I mean, the armor profile isn't the best, but you can still make it work. And as you can see in this battle, I've blocked 1360 damage, but you can't rely on that. You can't rely on the armor. As you can see, we are going to get penned. It's pretty easy, but it is a big tank, and I'm not sure originally why I hated the tank, but now playing it more and more, I am actually loving this tank. And if you can have the opportunity to ram something like the SP1C or T49s I'll use, then I would do it, because you can take a huge chunk of their hit points away from them just from a ram. So good rate of fire. It is a French tank, because so if tanks are going to get behind you, things like this tank with T49, you do have to be careful, because they are going to be able to HE you nice and easy. And as you can see now, I'm just trying to chase the thing. The speed, you can see 43, 40. I'm keeping up with the T49, so it's not too slow. It's not too slow at all. And now we've blocked 2,200 damage. So we've blocked quite a lot in a medium tank with no armor. And we are now up to, we're going to get that kill, and we are pretty much up to 3,000. And just as I've said about the ramming, we are going to give the ramming a little go, and things like this will work. We're going to ram the ELC, kill him, and go in for the ram. I mean, we didn't get a lot, but we still took a little bit of hit points. We took him down to a one shot, and we know that he's going to be on a reload, so we are just going to fire that HE. don't manage to kill him, we're only going to leave him on 59 HP, but I think just before he goes out of sight, we are going to get the kill. So 2,230 block damage, and we end just shy of 4,000 damage, and we do get that ace. So that is my top 5 underrated premium tanks in the game. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye-bye.